Lord Vinheteiro has nearly 7 million subscribers, and most of them have no idea just how good the man behind the deadpan stare actually is. 15.3 notes per second, a measured error rate below 0.2%. Numbers that place him closer to concert-trained virtuosos than internet entertainers. So why does almost no one take him seriously? Maybe a Mario hat, or a rubber chicken waiting on the piano lid. For millions, Lord Vinheteiro is a walking meme, the guy who plays Beethoven in a bathrobe or turns the Soviet anthem into a viral joke. Scroll through his channel and you'll find it all: deadpan reaction faces, cartoonish props, and a parade of titles that sound more like clickbait than concert programs. Most people don't take him seriously. Under every video, there is a comment like this: "This dude is just trolling," or "He is the Weird Al of piano." Fans share clips of his exaggerated eyebrow raises, his slow-motion eye rolls, and that signature camera stare, equal parts poker face and internet dare. The Mario cap gets as much attention as the music. The jokes are everywhere, and the numbers are wild. 7 million subscribers, hundreds of millions of views, and a steady stream of memes across Reddit and TikTok. But here is where it gets interesting. Behind the jokes, there is real skill. Most people miss this. The viral clips are designed to be funny, sure, but they also hide a level of control most viewers never notice. Watch closely. The hands barely move more than they have to, the wrist drops just the right amount, and the fast passages land with a precision that is not supposed to happen in a meme video. There is a reason the comment section is split. Some say he is just an entertainer. Others catch a glimpse of something more. Wait, did you see that run? The gap between the meme and the musician is wider than it looks. And that might be a mistake, because the real story of Lord Vinheteiro is not just about hats, faces, or viral gags. It is about what happens when you look past the surface and realize he is not what people expect. So how good is he really? The answer starts with the numbers, measured speed, accuracy, and skill that most people never see. And that is where everything changes. Fingers fly across the keys, but the numbers tell the real story. In Vinheteiro's most demanding performance, his single take, Flight of the Bumblebee, the fastest stretch clocks in at 15.3 notes per second. In the same 5-second window, the tempo hits 136 beats per minute, with each note landing inside a 44 millisecond window. To put that in perspective, most advanced pianists top out around 12 notes per second in studio conditions. Even in competition, only a handful reach this kind of note density without missing a beat. The error rate is just 0.17%. That is 4 minor timing slips out of more than 2,000 notes, so small that most listeners would not notice. And these are not studio tricks. Audio and video analysis show no splices, no hidden edits, no overdubs. Every note, every run, every flourish is captured live in a single take. The raw footage matches the waveform from start to finish, confirming an authenticity that is rare on YouTube, where most viral piano videos rely on heavy editing. Vinheteiro's technique is more than just speed. Slow motion footage reveals the mechanics, a thumb under motion that is clean and efficient, with a wrist drop measured at about 3 to 4 centimeters. That vertical movement is not just for show, it is a classic way to use gravity and reduce tension, letting the hand rebound naturally. It is the same strategy taught in top conservatories, but exaggerated for maximum effect. The result is a relaxed hand, minimal wasted motion, and a level of control that holds up under close scrutiny. Most people see the meme, not the method, but the numbers do not lie. When you measure raw skill, how fast, how accurate, how clean, Vinheteiro's playing lands right alongside competition-level pianists. This is where it gets interesting. The guy in the bathrobe, the one with the rubber chicken, is hitting benchmarks that most serious musicians spend years chasing. The next question is obvious. How does this stack up against the classical gold standard? For generations, the classical world has measured greatness by a handful of unspoken rules: phrasing that breathes, inner voices that shimmer through the texture, and a touch so controlled it can shift from thunder to a whisper in a single phrase. These are the benchmarks set by legends: Rubinstein's refined, almost regal Chopin, Alfred Corto's ability to tease out hidden melodies from dense romantic scores, and Aldo Ciccolini's luminous, glass-like dynamics that make Debussy glow even in the softest passages. The standard is not just about playing fast or hitting every note. It is about clarity, making sure the melody floats above the harmony, that no chord turns muddy, and that every inner voice is given its due. In the best performances, you hear layers, the main melody, subtle counter-melodies, and the harmonic backbone, all balanced with surgical precision. Corto called it textural transparency, the art of letting every strand of music be heard, no matter how complex the writing gets. Tone matters too. Ciccolini's Debussy was praised for its luminous transparency, a sound that is as much about pedal control and finger weight as it is about the instrument itself. The ideal is a dynamic range that can swell to fill a concert hall, then shrink to a single glowing note. These are the reference points, the yardsticks by which serious pianists are measured. They set the bar for what it means to play not just skillfully, but musically. And it is against these standards that every new contender, mime or maestro, is ultimately judged. 3 critiques follow Lord Vinheteiro everywhere. First, the claim that he is not a real concert pianist. The evidence is hats, rubber chickens, and a camera stare that would get you kicked out of most conservatories. But then you check the numbers. In his entertainer video, pitch accuracy lands at 1.2 cents, almost indistinguishable from top-tier recordings. Tempo wavers less than 0.5% across the piece. Even the dynamic range at 23 decibels matches what you would expect from a Berlin Philharmonic soloist. The visuals might scream YouTube, but the technical results are precise. Next, the entertainer accusation. Critics point to the rubber chicken Bohemian Rhapsody, the AK-47 sketches, and a parade of props that seem to put comedy over craft. But run a spectral analysis, and the articulation clocks in at 0.12 seconds, identical to his straight piano takes. Dynamic variance holds at 95% of the original, even when he is goofing off. The joke is loud, but the playing never slips. The performance is technical. Then comes the hardest hit. He lacks depth. Here, the data shifts. In his Clair de Lune, the rubato index sits at 0.08, nearly metronomic, while Lang Lang's version floats at 0.31, full of expressive bends. Harmonic tension releases early, and phrasing feels more mechanical. The hands are steady, but the poetry is faint. So what matters more, flawless accuracy or emotional risk? Drop your take in the comments. If you think skill alone is enough, or if you want something deeper, this is where the debate starts. Now the question lands in your lap. Is Lord Vinheteiro just a meme with fast fingers, or is he something more? The numbers are on the table. The critiques are out in the open. You've seen the rubber chickens, Mario hats, and deadpan stares. You've also heard the kind of speed and accuracy that would make most conservatory grads sweat. But then there is the other side, the claim that he is all surface, no soul. A guy who can play fast but cannot make the piano sing. Some say he is a genius hiding in plain sight. Others say he is an entertainer who just happens to be good at piano. So, where do you land? Drop your verdict in the comments. Is Lord Vinheteiro underrated, overrated, or just misunderstood? Are you here for the jokes, the jaw-dropping skill, or both? Right now, millions of people scroll past a meme, never realizing they are skipping a musician who can outpace most professionals. As internet culture blurs the lines between joke and genius, one thing is clear: real skill hides in plain sight. So, how many more are we missing? Drop your take below.